Well, is this good, babe? I want
Yeah,
you
that's good.
close to me. Like, come here. Let's. Everyday routine. Get up, take the kids to school. He goes to work, and then you get caught up with just the everyday routine. And I know you were mentioning that when it comes to do we really invest in our marriage, not just every day the same thing. What did you mean by that when you said like the routine and when it comes to investing in your marriage?
What I mean is it just the everyday thing that you do? Go to work, come home, cook dinner, go back to sleep. Just the same routine that you do daily. Is there anything extra that you're doing to invest in your marriage? Because again, what we talked about is what you invest in is what you get out.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are like, well, I'm kind of like in the same predicament every day with the marriage. Nothing's getting talked about. Nothing's getting resolved. That's also another thing. No issues are getting talked about. It's just going about the same routine. If you got kids, you're just worried about taking the kids to wherever they gotta go to, come home. Nobody's talking about anything, just going through life.
Day by day, and really when it's just going day by day to life, you don't get to really talk like you said. So now you're, instead of putting in, you're not even putting in or taking out. It's just like there. So then nothing is growing, nothing is compounding. And we did want to let you guys know while we're looking all over is we're on multiple streams, right? So we're on Facebook, Jennifer Barker's. Hey guys, my
Hey.
peoples. We got Miss Elsa in the building. We got
Instagram
for Brandon, and then we got
Facebook
for Brandon.
All
So
right.
so we're live on everywhere. I am learning eventually how we're gonna just do one recording live and then just share it. But I do like to get we like to get different feedbacks from everybody. So yeah, so investing in your marriage, so daily routines. I asked Brandon when he mentioned this. Well, I don't know what my mom is trying to tell me. I hate when she does that. But so then I asked Brandon, I said, okay, so how can you invest in the marriage? So before we go into how can we, is it important to invest in your marriage?
Yes, it's very important to invest in your marriage.
Why do you think that, sweetie pie?
Because your marriage should be something that's always growing. It should always be getting stronger. It should always be getting a lot better than it was before. It's trials that you go through, trials and tribulation that you go through that you should be passing through now. Things in the past should be left in the past, and you should be able to move forward.
Right.
So if you not really forget about, but if you leave things in the past and start investing in your future, then you have a brighter future as you go along.
That one's good. And then also we got to remember, what does invest mean, right? Like some of us here, we invest in our finances. We invest in real estate. We invest in, like, we do have multiple portfolios in crypto and different assets. So we're putting all our, like, we put our into it. We do our research. So think about investing into what I'm saying. Like, let's talk about real estate investment, right? You put your research into it. You look up different properties. You see what's better, what's not. In your marriage, you're looking at the research, which is your spouse, right? You're researching each other. Like, what is he like? What is he into? What can I do to make it better? And then when you also invest in, like I'm saying, real estate, you put time into it. Right?
Yep.
You go look at certain properties. You might gotta
see where the land is.
You gotta see where the land is. You might have to maintain it.
Yeah.
That's a big one, which I didn't even write that down, but you got to maintain your marriage, maintenance, tune it up.
Yeah.
Every now and about we got to give me some tune-ups, pump me up with some oil and all that, right?
Yeah.
So what else with investments? Some investments you hold, some you trade to get bigger profits
or bigger returns.
In the marriage, you're not going to trade.
No.
You're not going to trade, but you're trading within each other. You're trading ideas, you're going over different things. So I wanted to mention what invest means. So that's why it's such a big deal, where some people, we're putting real estate investments number one, when it's also, why are we not putting the marriage investment number one? Why is our top priority not the investment in our marriage versus oh, our marriage is right here, and then we have these investments, and we're always on these investments, and not our spouse.
Yeah.
So you're planting this, but not the marriage, which is the one, right?
Right.
What else did we mention? So how else can you invest in your marriage?
So you ready to go over those topics of how you can invest in your marriage?
Yeah, let's do. Yeah.
Okay, so you can take classes, marriage classes, and learn more about pretty much communication, courting each other.
What's one of the classes that we took that was a huge investment before we even got married?
We actually took premarital classes, right? And the thing that I liked about the premarital class that we took, right, it got to a point in the premarital class where they said, if you guys are not really seeing eye to eye on this, or if you guys are not seeing, seeing each other in this light, then this is the time to call it quits.
And we were like, our wedding is like as soon as this class is over, so we got to figure this life out, buddy. We got to go to this class, and it was with our church, so it was like really big deal.
Yeah. So they're like, if you can't see yourself as far as being with this person for the rest of your life, or you can't see yourself sharing life wonders and everything that comes along with it, then this is the time that you really need to just back up, and this is not for you. Another thing that it helped us out with, the fact that we already had a kid previous to being married, that during the premarital class, we had to actually, we couldn't even really sleep in the same bed. You remember that? Before we got married?
Listen, I was like, this is not going to work out. Like, who is doing this? It was supposed to be 8 weeks, but we already had started, so it was 7 weeks. So they were like, we can't be in the same bed. We can't be in the same really house. No
we
sex.
Had kids, so
no intimacy, nothing. And I was like, okay, we got one more chance before this 7 weeks kick in. So, we ended up sleeping in the bed, right?
Yeah.
A couple times, but then some you were like, okay, I'm gonna go sleep with the baby. So that's one of the biggest thing, right? Classes, premarital, counseling. Now this is big, okay? Because Brandon and I, and we're very transparent about it, we've been seeing our same therapist, our family counselor, since Francisco was 1.
Yeah. And,
he's 8 now. So she knows our history. Of course, we don't go every week, but we always, something goes on, or we want to keep it continuous. So counseling, like, even if, and this is one thing I want to say, counseling is not just when, things are bad. Like, things are bad, and my child is acting up, or my husband is this, or my wife is that. No, counseling is like, we even go see her like when it's just a good time. We like, listen, let's just tell her how good we doing. It's exciting because it's not just about the bad stuff. We also as a marriage have to celebrate the wins, celebrate how good we doing, right? What you was gonna say?
Yeah, like you said, it don't always have to be bad stuff, but it also helps with major issues that you do have, or major issues that come up that you and your spouse wasn't able to see eye to eye on, right? So when you're not able to see eye to eye on, then like I said, counselor is like that mediator where you meet a common ground where you both can actually get to a level-headed spot where you both can make this thing work. You know what I mean?
It's a big investment because, some can be expensive, some can be, okay, some insurance can cover it, some, it depends. But again, it's a big investment. You're putting an investment. Think about, let's say for the couple out there that might be having a rough marriage, right? Let's talk to the couple out there that, you're thinking about, the D, right? Not the good D, the bad D, right? You're thinking about the bad D. And things are really bad. They're horrible. You don't know who to talk to. You might talk to some girlfriends that they're like, girl, leave him. Or you might talk to the mom that might say, I don't like him anyway. Listen, marriage is a covenant. We're going to get into that a whole another topic another time. But think about that person, like Brandon says, that mediates, that can actually save your marriage because, of course, you God first, but you have that person that is going to sit both of you down, and you could do individually, and you can talk, bring your problems together, find the solution. So it's a big investment because you're in the long term investing in staying together, investing in what you have, right?
Correct.
Another thing, this is Brandon put this. He put workout as one.
Yes, I think
working out as one.
Yeah, I think you should work out together.
Look, he says it with a grin, a big old smile on his face. Why you say that, babe?
Because I think it also keeps, the spice in your life going, when you're working out. I don't know about you, but when I see my wife doing a little sexy stuff on the treadmill working out, it kind of,
What sexy can be on a treadmill, guys? We please?
Just looking at you, you in your workout outfit, your little yoga pants and all that stuff going on. So, right there, and then I don't know, you might,
Oh, we don't even got to talk about the workouts with the men. Y'all already know, ladies. Forget that. The sweats. Yeah. You already know. He ain't even got to do nothing but just walk. Them sweats. He could be at home and I'll be like, oh, sweatpants. Y'all know, ladies, what's the gray sweatpants y'all be talking about? I be telling him all the time, like, you wearing them grays, them pants? You're not about to wear those pants. You going where? To the corner store? Oh, no. You going what? No. But anyways, so that's a good one. Investing on date nights.
Date night. Yes.
Yay. Actually, you know what? Since we're on, I didn't even tell Brandon. I thought about this earlier. I don't even know about this, guys. But what I'm thinking is, because we have on our goals in marriage, which we should do a thing on it one day. We have a goals thing. And one of them on there is a weekly massage, right? He gets one, I get one. So I was thinking, like, so I never forget every week, maybe I could do mine on Wednesdays. Since we have our marriage thing, we have the kids' Bible thing, and then everybody goes home, showers, eats. So I'm thinking he might get his massage on Wednesdays, ladies, wives. So now I'll let him think about his day.
Yeah.
He likes to be spontaneous, though. But so date night, investing in that, right? What are the type of date nights?
It's just you can just really get creative, and when you could get creative with that, actually, speaking of creativity, you can actually go on our Instagram page, marriage porn, acronym porn, p.o.r.n. You can go on there, and actually you can get some great ideas, because there's some good content on there about
good date night information,
date night, funny stuff, romantic stuff that you can do, So just looking up ideas and stuff like that. So guys, just follow us on Instagram and also see those types of ideas. And
what else does date nights do when you're investing with your marriage, though? Like, what is the biggest thing?
It just brings togetherness back.
The time, right? Yeah. Remember you mentioned the whole routine.
Yeah.
So, and listen, date night is not with the kids.
Yeah.
Date night is not. I know, and there is such a thing as date night with the family, date night with myself, blah, blah, blah. No. Date night, I'm talking about with your spouse. Just you and your spouse. The kids are asleep. The kids are at the mother-in-law's. The kids are cousins. Their kids at, listen, we were doing, before this program, guys, we used to do our date nights while they were in Bible time. So during this time, between 7 and 8:30, we drop off the kids, and we will go to nearby. We'll go to the park nearby. We'll go to Dunkin' Donuts and have a little date. Like, it is, listen, we sat in a car one time and just talked and read a book and together, and we just put in that time together, right? Read on marriage. Listen, this one's good. I brought y'all some notes. I was like, I'm not forgetting
This is her number one thing right here.
This is my thing right here, guys. Listen. First of all, I want to thank my friend Shannon, from my women's group a couple years back. She gave me some of these, and they're little cards. So for example, let me read you guys one. Oh, look at this one. This is when you want to sit down and do a little quick second prayer. It says, Lord, make me the kind of woman my husband can be proud to say I'm his wife, right? This is by Stormy. You guys know Stormy. She has some books, Praying, The Power for Praying Mom, Power for Praying Wife. And so these cards, like, sometimes, I'll be honest with y'all, I usually have these in my desk, and he probably doesn't even know this. I usually have these in my desk, and when I'm doing work or when I'm looking at stuff, I'll just open the drawer, and sometimes, I'll just look one up, and I'll just say, when we worship you, we gain clear understanding, our lives are transformed, and we receive power to live your way. This is all stuff for praying for your husband, right? So this is pretty cool. The other thing I have, because this is all me, this is my area, guys. Becoming the woman God wants me to be. I want to make sure this internet is working because you haven't had anyone on, and usually you got a lot of Instagram people that get on.
Yeah, this one's working, so it's connected. They both working.
I don't know what's wrong with the internet though, because this hasn't moved. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
So listen, right here. This one is Becoming the Woman God Wants Me to Be, right? 90-day thing. I haven't finished it all, but it's really good because the Proverbs Woman 31, maybe you can start it over. See if it really is on. Yeah, press end.